Waiver gems and trade block plays. Win today and plan for days. Waiver gems and trade block plays. Win today and plan for days. Waiver gems and trade block plays. Win today and plan for days.
Win your league, stack that bread, or start a boom and lose instead. Sunday Surefire, let's go.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Sunday Surefire podcast. I'm joined by my usual two co-hosts here, the usual suspects, as you can call them. I got my guy Ethan Weaver here.
Commish, how we doing?
I'm doing pretty well, brother. Doing pretty well on this Sunday night. It was a fun little slate of football that we had. Our Patriots won, which is the most important thing. Going to 4-2, big win against the New Orleans Saints. Big win against Saints. A mess Saints team, but a big win nonetheless. But that win pales in comparison to the win that we, one of our brethren here took down today, and that would obviously be our guy here, Aaron Downtown Brown, who joins us as well here on this live episode of the Sunday Surefire podcast. Aaron, what did you win today?
Let's get a big old hey. Took down the million, guys. Finally did it. But definitely a lot going through my head right now. But gotta thank the pod, all the hours and prep work for week 6, man. We did it.
Oh yeah, hey, I mentioned Drake May and Josh Jacobs in the pod this past week, so this is like 50% credit here.
That's right. All thanks to you.
But also, hey, Aaron, how does it feel to be a millionaire?
Dude, you know what? I don't even know. I can't even describe the feeling yet, man. The first thing that came to mind is gotta jump on live, gotta talk up the pod,
gotta join the boys, yeah.
And you know what? I guess this is probably the best description right here. Oh wait.
You like that? You like that?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Right. I guess I kind of feel like Kirk Cousins right now. That's probably the best description.
The first thing Aaron's going to do with that $1 million that he took home in a DraftKings tournament today, DFS tournament, is go get a "You Like That" tattoo.
That's right.
From 2015. Again, I see a couple more people are hopping in on this here. Our guy Aaron Downtown Brown just took home a DraftKings tournament, DFS main slate tournament. Finished first place in there with the $1 million prize. For those that care, he also finished 5th in the tournament with the second a second entry in there for a measly $15,000.
I know.
Well.
So, mad. I had the second on there too. I should have hit the 100K.
Oh,
too.
This guy. Yeah,
I know. It's not that cocky.
Okay.
The guy wins $1 million and is on here bitching about not taking down the $100,000 second place. But that's great. Our guy Aaron here is, as you know, those who follow the show know, he's our driving force behind our DFS, our daily fantasy contests. Does a great job getting us motivated to get that out there each and every week. And he's our guy who will take these shots. And it just goes to show if you are willing to take those shots, and if you put the time and the effort and the work in like Aaron does each and every week to make this podcast great, that there is a massive reward for you potentially down the road in these DraftKings tournaments. So our guy Aaron, as you can see on the screen there, took it home, the $1 million prize. I know you've had a couple other close calls in the past. And you've had some big cashes as well. It's not like this is the first time you ever won a large sum of money. Obviously, the first time you hit the $1 million mark, but kind of talk us through like some of the other close calls and maybe some of your other wins that kind of led up to this one.
Yeah, I would say like my first year in DFS, I had a couple close calls on like week 1. I think I had like Evan Ingram one year. He had like a goose egg, and I want to say I was like 30 points from the million and on that week 1 year. And I kind of vowed never to have Evan Ingram again. So I guess I've had some ups and downs, close calls. I think last year had that playoff win. I also love those those weeks when it comes playoff time when you just got like about 4 to 6 teams left playing as well. But I've always kind of vowed to myself I'm going to take down the $1 million lineup, the Sunday slate. That's kind of the most exciting, as we all know, like watching Red Zone and everything. So I mean, nothing's better than watching Red Zone, watching your DFS guys and your fantasy guys perform as well.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than when the slate doesn't go well for you, and then you're kind of just checked out on DFS. This was very much the opposite for you, as I know for a fact, where you were glued to legitimately the final kneel downs of that 4 p.m. window. Because I kind of talk about, share as much as you're willing to about kind of like the atmosphere, like in your house. I know you have a family and all that, but kind of what was going on around you, and kind of the second you realize that this was, this has happened to you, that you've taken down the $1 million on a DraftKings contest.
Well, the whole thing's been surreal, for sure. But we definitely have a superstitious house. I had my kids with me; they were watching Red Zone. As it was getting more exciting. Obviously they weren't too interested until they started hearing, what Dad can win. But had my kids, had my fiance actually baked a cake today too. So she baked a $1 million cake. She said, "Hey." Before this all happened, she baked the cakes, and this was going to be the week. Because she was probably tired of me saying it every week. I say, "Hey, this is going to be the week. This is going to be the week." So, finally was, but yeah, I put in a lot of effort last night, kind of studying up on some of these plays, and was excited. I was excited to get some of your Patriots guys in there too. I knew they'd have a I was hoping they were gonna have a big game, but yeah, Jake May kind of started the tone early for me, and then Jacobs kind of sealed it at the end.
Was the thought of putting Kayshawn Booty in your lineup because you had Drake May? Because obviously Booty hasn't been targeted very much the last couple weeks, has been kind of down since the hot start. But man, did he come through for you this week? So what kind of went into the Booty call here?
Yeah, that was actually my favorite call of the week. I knew so like just knowing that New Orleans defense, they gave up they gave up the largest or the longest um I guess catches per target in zone. So I took a little bit of time to kind of see Keishawn Booty, this year in just zone plays, and he was third on the list. I had a feeling of I kind of wanted Diggs in there. I think I might have had Diggs at first, but I needed to save a little bit of money. And I actually saw that Booty's PFF grade against the zone is even better than Diggs this year. So he was third in the Patriots in targets against zone defense. So I was like, hey, like this could be a big day. New Orleans gives up the most yards per passing play against zone in the whole league. So I was like, I that was my thoughts right there. I was like, I knew I wanted to get May for sure involved, and then I kind of gambled a little bit with Booty, but that was kind of my thinking why I wanted him in my lineup.
And that's cool. That's clutch. Just finding those guys that are cheaper down the pecking order in these contests. That's why we always talk about when we do our weekly shows here. We talk about those expensive guys. You get Josh Jacobs in there. He was kind of a core of all of our lines that we discussed on the pod this week. Then you also have to find the cheaper guys like your Keyshawn Buttes that you put in there, and he crushed. Michael Mayer as well was another guy who was cheap because we weren't sure if Brock Bowers was going to play, and then lo and behold, he's out. So now all the targets funneled to Mayer. Great call there. This is, and you mentioned some of the analytics that you use too. I mean, that's kind of what we do here at the Sunday Surefire podcast. We're not just kind of shooting from the hip with everything we do. That's as much fun as that can be from time to time. We do utilize analytics and some resources. We have a Pro Football Focus or PFF subscription that we subscribe to each and every year, and we use that data in our analysis and to form a lot of our takes, as well as a Player Profiler, a few other sites as well. I myself, I also write for the Dynasty League Football website, also known as DLF, one of the premier Dynasty websites out there as well. So make sure you're checking them out at DLF on X or just Dynasty League Football anywhere on the internet. They're out there. Good stuff there. But like Aaron said, a lot of his takes are rooted in substance, essentially, is what you want to call it. And obviously, you did that this week. You did that extra work. You figured out that Butte was a good example because the Saints are vulnerable to those type of long plays, and you took the risk and it paid off. So that's great. I guess so. Now that you have that that money in your pocket, what's the first nice thing you're going to buy for? I'd say for us, but I'd be remiss if it wasn't. What's the first thing you're gonna buy for the family, Aaron?
I'm not sure. We'll probably we've been guess we've been trying to plan our wedding, so we'll probably fine tune the wedding plans and maybe move those up a little bit. So I'm thinking Probably wedding plans will get moved up.
Hey, Kamish, we all know what Aaron's going to do with this money. He's going to cook up a 10-leg
That's
parlay
right.
and double it.
Yeah, right.
The Chiefs are played in like 2 minutes. You know,
Yeah, Chiefs are played in 10 minutes. So let's not forget
Yeah.
that.
Hey, you are a Chiefs fan, so too. But no, I was kind of in the dark all day on this because typically my phone died like for an hour and a half towards the end of the 4 o'clock window, and then it kicked back on right when the Niners and the Buccaneers were finishing up. Turned the phone on, and all of a sudden I see Aaron Downtown Brown's a millionaire. I was like, wow, I need to reach out immediately.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what goes before a wedding, guys? This is usually a gathering where all the boys get together beforehand.
That's true.
So
True.
what I'm hearing is the bachelor party's getting moved up. So we're gonna meet somewhere between here and Philly.
All right. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So between Philly and Boston.
It'll give us a reason to finally all hang together in person here.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, believe it or not, we haven't had that happen yet.
It's kind of crazy. Now, I'll just quickly go back to the backstory here on Sunday Surefire podcast. Again, folks, we're a fantasy podcast. We do things like daily fantasy like this, DFS. We talk redraft content as well. We also talk a lot of dynasty, like I just said. Please hit that like and subscribe button as well to make sure you're not missing any of our content. We're all across social media. We're on X, we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook. Sunday_Surefire on X, Sunday Surefire on Instagram, and on Facebook as well, if you still use that. But kind of just the origin of this. I mean, Aaron is a co-founder of the Sunday Surefire podcast all the way back in 2021. Started, you and our guy, Captain Carmen, who we'll say he pops on every once in a great while. He comes around, but we do still hear from him as well. Big fan of the show. And our best ball, our Sunday Surefire Invitational Best Ball League. Defending overall champion, which is great. That's going well this season too. But Aaron and Carmen founded the podcast 4 years ago, and I jumped aboard about a year later with the three of them. About a year and a half later, Ethan came aboard as well. So now this is our 3-man rotation. Sometimes you just get the two of us. Sometimes you get all three. It's been a really fun ride. I know that Ethan and I are brothers-in-law. We're both dynasty, fantasy obsessed individuals. We talk about it almost every single day. It drives our wives crazy, which is one of the most fun things about it originally, but it's all good, and so we kind of roped Aaron in as a guy that we knew from playing Dynasty with over for a handful of years, and he mentioned this podcast, and I should say he roped me into it, which then brought Ethan into the fold about a year and a half later. So Aaron, thanks for bringing us along here to getting us to this point. So it's kind of just, I guess you want to touch on like your road into fantasy and all that stuff, or you want to talk a little more about this best ball tournament you just took down, and anything you want to bring up, champ?
I mean, yeah, it's been a fun ride. I think the first vision of the podcast was to take down a DFS tournament, right? So 5 years in, we accomplished that, But then I think we, as we got together, we wanted to kind of grow this podcast into more than just DFS. So, I mean, we got dynasty advice. That we're on all the socials, so. People for any bets, gotta love it. I think I have an eight leg parlay that I've cooked up for the Chiefs game tonight as well. But love talking bets and different things like that. But yeah, fantasy advice, DFS, all that. Definitely want to keep growing the pod from here.
Yeah, that's great. Let me pull these up to you. We got some comments coming in here. We got Brenda Rosinski. Sorry about that. Get down there from the great state of Texas. Says, "Woo! Congratulations from Texas. Right. Everything's bigger in Texas, Aaron. And Aaron's bank account is definitely bigger today than it was just about an hour and a half ago before that tournament went final." So, Brenda, thanks for the comment. Hit that like and subscribe button. We appreciate it down in Texas here. We have actually another friend of the podcast who has made an appearance on here as well. Who wants to show some support. A guy, Robin Baskets, who has been big into the betting space as well. Jared Allen banging the drum tonight. Chiefs by $1 million. Nice hit, Browntown. Enjoy the night. Appreciate that, Rob Baskins. Hope everything's good, brother, on your end, and can't wait to touch base with you soon. Hopefully, cook up a big time college parlay, and maybe we'll just start dominating college football as well as the NFL.
That's right. Yeah, thanks for the shout outs, and also a fellow Chiefs fan. So hopefully we get a good Chiefs game tonight.
Yeah, should be a good one. A lot of points should be scored between Detroit and Kansas City.
Yeah, Detroit got the rock first. They're already moving the ball down the field here, which is a good start. Laporta just got a nice little 15 or so yard catch there. Been a little hit or miss there on his own right, but yeah, it should be a fun game. Even if you're just going to go ahead and bet the over, it's always fun to root for points versus defense for sure.
That's right. Might throw out a live bet tonight too. We'll see.
He's sitting on $1 million. He might put a live bet out there. This guy.
Oh, 100%. Hey, I mean, Rico Dowdle came through for you. Is he like the best running back in the league right now, or what's going on here? Rico Dowdle just taking the league by storm with Chuba Hubbard out. It's just kind of nuts what he's been able to do, and yeah, helped you big, obviously 37 points pretty much as a obviously huge hit towards the million. But the reason why, like I said, I brought up Kayshon Boutte compared to everybody else, because everybody else, it's like you look at it, it's like, okay, you can see it makes a lot of sense, but like I said, Boutte was a little out there. But no, Dowdle, he's been absolutely nuts the last couple of weeks.
I think Chuba's getting that job back when he comes back healthy.
Well, I think he's going to still obviously be in the mix, but there's no way it's not minimum 50-50. I mean, Rico Dowdle's just playing too good of football. I mean, geez. Chuba wasn't doing this before he got hurt, so you kind of got to ride the hot hand. Yeah, you definitely do. I think 50-50 for Chuba the day he walks back onto the field would be a blessing. I don't even think it's going to be that much. It's probably closer to 60-40. I mean, Dallas just played so well, and they've kind of turned it around the last couple of weeks. They beat Dallas today at home with a big win. I know we got some Panthers fans that listen to us religiously as well, so props to you guys for sticking with that franchise for as long as you have. How up and down are the Carolina Panthers? Like they beat the Atlanta Falcons 30-0, get shellacked by the Patriots, like what, 42-13, and then now they're a couple weeks later they're beating the Cowboys. It's a roller coaster over there.
Yeah, no, Dowdle, that was another downtown Brown play that I was kind of scared of, because he just had a huge week last week, and I usually don't like, what are the odds of guys just blowing up 2 weeks in a row like that? So that was another example. I kind of had to rely on my I guess how bad the Dallas defense is defending the run, and just kind of had to stick to that. So yeah, definitely glad he pulled through.
Yeah, it worked out. Another cheap play that definitely came through for you without a doubt. It's one of those things where Hubbard was kind of questionable again coming into this week. So like the rankers, or however you wanted to call it, people that are setting the prices in these salary cap tournaments aren't entirely sure what to do with it. It was also only one big game he was coming off of, which could be an outlier, but obviously it wasn't. I think his price is going to go up next week. I'll say that, but good on you for taking advantage of that. I mean, I get kind of the only one miss I really see in here, Aaron, is the Colts defense dropping 4 points. Man, you didn't want to go with the Raiders defense like I suggested, or what's up with that, man?
I should have, man. I should have. Then I would. Yeah. I guess I just had the Colts D, just after learning that Murray was going to be out as well, and I didn't think that big old Jacoby could have came through. Yeah, he put up 27 points on the board against Indianapolis. So I didn't think that was quite going to happen. But yeah, Raiders D was one of the lineups I was sweating. I know the top 5 or 10 teams, they were creeping up on me who had that Raiders D, and the Titans had that fumble at the end of the game, made it even closer.
Oh yeah, the second that ball hit the dirt, I was like, "Oh, dude, I don't care who recovers it; it just cannot be scooped up and returned for a touchdown here." Like, man, which is nuts. You had me rooting against my own DFS lineup because I was so invested in you winning the $1 million.
That kind of reminds me of earlier this year when you took down took home 20K. It was it Detroit that was playing late, and we were all watching the game, obviously hyped for you. You were first, and I'm blanking on the defense you were playing that Detroit.
It was Sam Darnold's last game in Minnesota. It was a playoff game.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah,
the game that was relocated. The game was relocated to Arizona. Yeah, but it was a playoff game in Arizona due to I think there's the air quality going on in LA. So it was the Rams beating up on the Vikings.
That's what it was. Yeah, and Sam
Darnold getting sacked 10 times or whatever it was.
Yeah, that killed me.
Yeah, and we just saw you go from first to second to third, which obviously it's sweet taking on 20K. But I mean, that last Sam Darnold sack, I think, cost you 20K too. So
You did, yeah.
it's
Yep.
but hey, I think you
Get
did well.
revenge.
I think you did well today. So, but
Right,
yeah, but
right.
there's also another comment looking at your lineup, and which I brought up on the podcast this past week was Drake May's price. I think he was only like $5,900, which I was
Mhm.
kind of surprised. He's playing amazing football. He's one
Lights
of
out.
I think he's one of like 3 quarterbacks in NFL history to have 5 straight games over 200 yards with and a quarterback rating like over like I don't know 100 or low 100s or whatever it was. He's playing lights out. So to see his price that suppressed, I was kind of surprised.
Agreed.
Yeah, I was kind of
Agreed.
surprised about that as well. I mean, they're just kind of not catching up on that here. But I know someone who actually is not surprised at all that Aaron took down this big tournament. I mean, we're gonna go to another
Shout out
comment
to
here.
moms.
Shout out to Mama Duke's in the house. We got Jackie Brockert in here. Aaron calls her mom. None of us. We won't, but Aaron will. She giving you a little bit of a story here about Aaron. The guy won his first sports pool at 8, and his sports knowledge is fun to see. It's fun for us talking to him about sports all the time, Mrs. Brockhart. So we enjoy him. I think he enjoys us. I hope he doesn't say anything negative about us
yeah.
when we're not recording. But it's a pleasure getting to know Aaron. It's been really fun here, and yeah, now you can say officially your son's a millionaire. So I'm sure that's fun for the whole family to enjoy.
Oh yeah,
For
we
sure.
always know downtown Brown has some pretty wild takes sometimes. Shoots from the hip. He's always shooting for the moon. So hey, sometimes
Right.
you shoot for the moon, you land amongst the stars. And right now, you absolutely crushed it. A millionaire. It's just I mean, it's wild. We didn't expect it to go live tonight, but I mean, obviously a big moment here for Aaron, a big moment for Sunday Surefire. So. He's on top of the DFS world tonight. It's pretty sweet.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for the call out. Thanks, moms. Yeah, that funny background. My mom used to run a sports bar, so a lot of my love for sports and got a little bit of gambling under 10.
A little
Yeah,
bit.
I used to fill out her football pools for her. So
it makes sense now. It all makes sense.
that's right.
If I know, I didn't know Aaron back in the day, but I can only imagine there was a phone call home at some point where his 5th grade teacher was like, Mrs. Brockhart, we really got to talk about Aaron. He started a gambling pool in red recess, and all the kids, he's the bookie, I guess, and he's giving out spreads, he's giving out money lines and parlays to all the other 5th graders, and we'd really like it if you could make that stop. And
Right.
I don't know if that's true or anything, but knowing Aaron the way I do now, I can only imagine he was doing something like that back in the day. Tell me I'm wrong, Aaron.
I guess I can't. I can't give that get that info out.
Well, fair enough. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is great. Great to pop on here live again, folks. For those that don't follow us currently, please make sure you're hitting the like button, subscribe button. It's a big help on our end. For folks that do that, we're definitely going to keep rolling with our DFS plays for sure. And also, like I said, redraft advice, dynasty advice, whatever you need to help dominate your league. We're here to help with that. So please, by all means, reach out to us. We're available on all of our social media platforms, as well as our Sunday Surefire email address, SundaySurefire@gmail.com. Please feel free to reach out to this there as well. Aaron, I guess any parting thoughts here or anything else you want to run down quickly before we wrap things up for the day?
No, just thanks for hopping on and enjoying, taking the moment to celebrate, and big win tonight, but big win for the pod. And I guess everyone who joined here, don't forget to subscribe. We got more wins to celebrate coming up.
Absolutely, and I can't wait to be a big part of it. Ethan, anything else on your part before we depart here?
Yeah, I'll be sending Aaron a nice Keyshawn Booty jersey. He's a Patriots fan
Yes,
now.
I may do that. Yeah, De'Ami Brown
Hey.
and Booty. I might make a wall of all my DK jersey guys who came through. I got
It's
De'Ami Brown and Keyshawn Booty jerseys coming up.
It's funny because before my phone died here, I did get a trade offer from Downtown Brown in a dynasty league, and he offered me a 2nd-round pick for my Keyshawn Booty. I'm like, something must be happening.
Right. That's right. I forgot I did that. I'm like, it's coming.
Yeah. But no, hey, just congrats again. I mean, I'm happy for you, happy for your family. It's a great day for Aaron Downtown Brown, and a great day for Sunday Surefire, and especially the DFS program.
Absolutely, absolutely, Aaron. Congrats again, brother. We're so happy for you, man. On a personal note, and professionally too, big note. So we're pumped for you, brother. And again, folks, please hit that like and subscribe button. And until next time, peace.